Hello, everybody. I am Myles Sergé, and welcome to MS Live with D-KNOX. D can't make it today, so it is me. Thank you for tuning in. Today, I have the privilege to be with my main man, Joshua Tree. Let's add him to the stage.
Yo.
Hey, Josh, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Not much. How are you this morning?
I am fine. I'm getting under the weather right now, so I'm catching a cold. It sucks. My throat is like closing and getting really sore. Pause. But anyway, I am fine. So, thank you, everybody. Again, welcome to MS Live. Let's take care of some business. If you like what you see, like what you hear, like the whole vibe, the concept, and you like to support us, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And when you're there, hit that notification bell so you know when we are doing things, when shows are about to start, and all that good stuff. We are also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon, just in case you don't want to see me and you want to see Josh's beautiful face, but don't want to see me, or vice versa. You can hear us. That's what we're here for. That is what this option is for. So please, when you're there, subscribe to those platforms and hit those subscribe buttons there, so you can also know when we're doing stuff there. You can also follow us on Instagram, MS Live with D-KNOX, and on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Myles Sergé. And you'll be done today. If you hate me and Josh and you just want to talk crap and get it off your chest, you can email us, mslive@dknox@gmail.com. That is mslive@dknox@gmail.com. In the subject line, if you're talking about specifically today's show, just kind of say Joshua Tree, and we understand who exactly you're talking about, and we'll forward those messages to him, and he may or may not write back to you, and we'll just see what happens.
I ain't writing back.
So, I talked to Josh last night. This episode was supposed to go last night, like a late night edition. I think we've done that once before. And
We have.
yeah, I just got out of work and Josh was there. And I said, hey, let's just, on my drive home, let's do a show. He was like, yeah, okay, cool. But I think it was too late and it didn't come about. So we decided to do it right now today. So
Yeah, this is definitely the earliest you've had video camera.
that is true.
So that's
That's
good.
for sure.
Oh, you know what? Let me open my blind here real quick, and it might help with my lighting
That's cool.
situation.
That
Like
is,
that a little bit. Okay.
he is back, everyone. So in case, I know Josh follows the show, but in case everybody who doesn't follow the show, this is your first time here, we name each episode. So episode 18.5, which is the special edition, Tec-Troit 2025 / Communion Review with the one and only Joshua Tree. Oh, you want some applause too, so I guess I gotta give him that.
I was expecting it.
That's cool. So if you guys don't know, this past weekend was Tec-Troit, Detroit, and Detroit, Michigan. This is my first time attending. I went on Saturday. Tec-Troit is also, I believe, quote me if I'm wrong, Josh, the only free electronic music festival in Detroit. Is that correct?
Yes, to my understanding, that is correct. I don't want to write anybody out, but it's also just got done, and I've been promoting it that way the whole time, so I hope I'm right. Yeah, it's certainly in the techno realm. In all of electronic music, Flint Drop Fest is free up in Flint. Don't want to leave them out of the conversation, but there you go.
I miss it every year, and I've been here 2 years now. But yeah, I missed it this year. So yeah.
Well, and I did too. I haven't been up to the Drop Fest yet, but we had some similar some crossover in the lineup with Tec-Troit. Tec-Troit has been going on. I should be a better representative right now. It's over 10 years. I want to say 12. Um, and it's been evolving the whole time. I've been involved with the festival really the past 3 years
Hmm.
as a volunteer. Last year, pretty heavily, and so much so that, but just like it's all volunteer run. That's the thing. That's how you keep the festival free. So, um, if you really start pulling some weight around the festival while you're volunteering, the line between you and a staff member can kind of start to blur or whatever because the staff member is also a volunteer. So just been working more with the festival. It's 3 days and just really chock full of Detroit's techno legacy in a way, especially if you look over the years, all the legends you think of from the city, and so many of the hometown heroes have played the festival. So this was my first year playing it, and that was a good experience. But it's one of those things when you're working a festival or an event, where you're working an event and you play, your musical content kind of gets the back burner compared to when you if you're just playing.
Hmm.
If you're just playing, you think a lot about your set, and there's a lot of preparation, typically, and that sort of thing. When I'm working an event that I'm also playing, almost like I might forget to plan a set at all, and just as I'm packing up everything else I need for that day for the event, it's like, oh, grab some records because I'm playing today. So, and it's much more of an afterthought, unfortunately, or for better or worse. So, my set went well, but it did it would have I would have been much more in my head about my first Tec-Troit set had I not been working the festival. But I was the point person for the other volunteers and for a couple of the stage managers some of the times. So I was just very busy all weekend with the festival.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's my first time going. I didn't know what to expect. I think it was kind of cool because I believe it was at the old Henry Ford Hospital, which was kind of shocking that that building's there and it's hella empty and they haven't done anything with it. I could be wrong, but I'm not really sure. But it was a cool venue. Uh, I didn't know. I didn't realize. I thought it was just that day, but like I said, I didn't do my homework. The 3 day event, which seems pretty cool, and it was free.
Yeah.
It was a good amount of people when I went. I went on Saturday, and I was there to see seen some of Scan Seven. I seen the Detroit Techno Militia guys,
Oh yeah.
Tom Soul, and oh, I can't think right now. And I just had his name right there, Sean Ruderman. They did this kind of hybrid set where Sean was actually playing,
Yeah.
and
I
they were,
really wanted to see that. I missed that, unfortunately.
yeah, that was pretty cool. Seeing some of that, and there was this young lady, I can't remember her name, who played before them. She was playing really hard techno. It was really actually pretty good. Faces I've seen, plural. FBK showed
Mhm.
up. I seen
Yep.
Twans. Um, I met August for the first time, so August,
Yep.
so that was cool, and a few other people I didn't expect that I would see. I actually I actually ran into a fellow I've actually met when I played the Great Beyond in Minneapolis. He
Yeah.
was there, Grimace, which is
Oh,
shocking
okay.
because
Yep.
I've seen him. Yeah,
Yep.
like what the hell, you know what I mean? So it was,
I don't know him, but I saw his name around. So
yeah, yeah. So it was cool to see him, and I've actually seen a couple people from Berlin that I was shocked to see. And this guy Sam, I haven't seen him in ages, and I looked at him like he looks familiar. You know what I mean? And I said hello, and then somebody said his name, and it clicks. I haven't seen Sam in at least 8 years. It was crazy. So he was there, and he was
That's
also
not the Red Man Velvet, the guy with the green hair, is it? Is that
no
who I'm thinking?
uh,
Okay.
short guy. He had like a purple shirt, button up shirt. He was kind of walking around,
Okay.
but he was also with the owner of Ellipsia Records, and I met him once before. It was in Berlin, but like I said, I didn't remember. But then they all kind of clicked together, and he was there. So it was kind of shocking just to see that, yeah, it's not movement, but there was people that actually came from a lot of other places and actually out of
For
town to
sure.
go to this festival. So I do think it has a lot of weight, and the best part about it, it's free.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
it might not be like your international talent, but like you said, it's more Detroit focused, and there was a lot of good talent that was there. So I enjoyed it. For what it was, I actually enjoyed it, and I actually seen a lot more different types of acts that I believe that I would normally see at movement. So it was good, man. I
Mhm.
seen in that one section that was kind of like the containers are like in this
Yeah, the
the
globe.
view is like shipping containers.
Yeah.
So you guys don't know. They had this section where it was like as he said, it was a globe, and I'm not sure who they were, but it was like a kind of weird fusion of like I was watching like Parliament Funkadelic and another, uh and like a techno fusion thing. It was actually pretty good. I don't know who they were, but they were very entertaining and it was great. So
Well, we can find the lineup on Tec-Troit's Instagram page for all 3 days, so we can help piece some of that together. I know the Sean Rudyman DTM project is called Turnpike Heroes, but I think it also lists all their names on it on the lineup. And yeah, the Container Globe is actually the name of that venue space,
mhm.
and they're actually pretty findable and taggable at this point on social media for locations and on Google Maps you can just Google the Container Globe and find it and see pictures and that kind of thing. It's a really unique space. It's the second year in a row the festival has been there, and this year was really with the setup of that infrastructure was really how it should be set up. Last year, we were in different containers. Long story short, and there was the workshops were inside of the globe. It wasn't a stage in there. Um, the other big corner stage was inside a container facing the opposite direction, and then the third stage was like the workshop stage, um, which was so anyway. The second year in a venue is almost always going to be better than your first, hopefully. So once you kind of get your legs, and it really had the feel of best ever kind of. It just ran a lot smoother. Let me just put it that way. Last year we had plenty of like little hiccups and stuff for a volunteer festival, but this year, you got DJs who pull out and lineups that change or whatever. That's always going to happen. But this year it was handled just very. There wasn't like a lot of interruptions in programming and stuff. If anything like that happened was really due to the heat and people's equipment failing or something like that, 'cause it was
Pretty
really
warm.
hot.
Pretty warm, but this year it's kind of been weird, at least especially in Michigan with the weather. So, but it was good that I mean it rained a little bit, but it was just like a couple of minutes. You know what I mean? So, but it was a good time for what it was. I liked it and enjoyed it. A couple of questions. When the group of people I was with, and I figured since you're a representative, I could ask you. One of the questions we had was like, how are they able to put this on? Like, because it's free. So is it like sponsorships, or people do donations, or are you
Well,
you
the yeah, so let me just clarify or preface by saying I'm not a board member, and so I'm not. necessarily front or second row to most of those decisions most of the time,
Hmm.
but I'm kind of moving up and getting more involved within the organization, and I was asking some more questions this year to have a better idea. But that being said, that's a great question. How do you do this if nobody pays? Because these things aren't free, and you've noticed, a lot of the festivals over the years that started out free, they don't last like that.
Hmm.
So that's a great question for DJ Roach, Raul, who's the spearhead of this whole thing. He's the boss. It's his project, and he's really a great guy to work for in the process. It's been like very rewarding. And so he's got all the answers with that. Highly recommend, follow up interview with him.
Right, right.
But what I know about it is, first of all, the way we do it is with freaking volunteers. Is people who do it for the love and the passion without any hope of payment. I mean, the people, the DJs. I put my fee back in this year, but the DJs get a fee as a part of their contract, and so they get paid more or better at all. Whereas everybody you see, um, now I think they did contract professional sound companies and sound guys this year,
Hmm.
so I think that's really good too and important. The stage managers were volunteers, but it wasn't like donated sound equipment or something. The production was still high,
Right.
so that was that's an important aspect as well. I don't know how all those figures look, but then there are sponsors. Um, I really don't know much about the sponsorship aspect of it. I imagine I just don't know. I can't really speak much, but I know we do have sponsors. And then vendors are the other aspect.
Yep. Yep.
But so if anybody doesn't know, if you haven't put on a conference or a festival, I've been with the workings of that. Almost all these events have vendors, and that's an important part of the kind of culture and commerce of the entire event and the way the economy works. And I honestly, when I found out how much it was this past year, no, not speaking for future years, this past year it was $200 for a vendor to rent out a booth for 3 days to sell their, art, T-shirt, merchandise, product, whatever you want to sell out of there. No alcohol or anything like that. That's
Hmm.
a separate thing. So that's alcohol sales at the festival is going to be another source of revenue. Um, uh, there's obviously licensing and specific stuff around that. Vendors can't do that. But there's also food vendors. I don't know if they pay the same thing as the artist vendors, but $200 for an artist vendor to have a space and access to thousands of fresh faces to walk by and buy your product is just ridiculously low. I honestly thought we made a lot more of our money off vendors than when I found out that number. So vendors definitely sign up for this great deal
Right.
while it lasts, next year. And that's all through our website. You sign up on our website, Tec-Troit.com/vendors, both to vend and to volunteer.
Hmm.
And we just, that's how you get involved if you're looking to. So, did I answer your question?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Contact.
Okay. Okay. I know it's kind of a runaround, but yeah, that's what you got.
True. Yeah, yeah. So I know you did like Josh was like one of the volunteer coordinators or the coordinator for volunteers, if I'm not mistaken. So I know
Yeah.
he was actually busy running around taking care of people volunteering and making sure everything was okay. Other than that, I mean, I know you were busy, but I'm sure you did have time to take in a couple of acts. So um, what was your take on the talent and what stood out this year?
To be honest, dude, there was one set, and I was specifically told by the commander in chief, like go take some time and just stand in the middle and take it all in, and that was like the final closing set on Sunday, which was DJ Bone,
Hmm.
and they extended it, so he played for 2 hours, and I was present for way more of that than any even just percentage wise, like forget the fact that they extended the set time. Just the amount of focus and time I was able to put in that set was way more than anything else at the festival all weekend. Shigeto was the other one earlier that day. Sunday I was able to pull back a little bit and pay attention. I heard great music the whole time, but the other 2 days I could not. I did not make it to one thing. I did not look at the DJ schedule once unless it was a part of the stage manager. Like, who do I need to prepare next? Like, yeah, we were like I helped Asher Perkins get set up, and his set was great, but it was more like, is it working? Is it going by? Okay, okay, it's good. Let me move. It wasn't about listen, but DJ Bone, man, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. When maybe I shouldn't be publicly here, but I don't know if I've seen a DJ Bone set before. If I have, it would have been back in the day at Depth probably, and in passing kind of thing. And I did not expect it to be as housey as it was. The way, I mean, he was bringing in, I Feel Love and a lot of classic house elements, but just I've listened to his recordings before, so I know his style, what a DJ Bone set, it can potentially sound like. But it was just, it was really good. And you know me, I like those house elements mixed in, and not a lot of people were doing that for Tec-Troit, so it was good to hear him doing that and shit.
Yeah.
Uh, that was the big one that stuck out. Shigeto was groovy, and you know, shout out to everyone. And my other favorite set over the weekend, but it wasn't at the festival. Crazy was yours at the after party on Saturday.
Oh, I was getting to
For
that.
real. Not that's not just a great lead into our next topic. It's actually
Uh,
true.
Totally cool. So, for those that don't know, Josh is also a promoter. He's been promoting for years.
About 20
He,
years, not really.
a lot of years, Well, between
Yeah. Yeah.
Detroit, West Michigan, Grand Rapids, that's when I first ran into him. That's when we first met one of his parties. And yeah, so he's back in Detroit. Um, for those that don't know, he also has a residency. Was it still called the Orange Room or not really?
Yeah. 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 We can say the orange room now. We're supposed to say that out loud for a few
Okay.
years. But
Uh,
it's below Speaker Box. It's the kind of secondary bar downstairs at Speaker Box for the pool
which
table.
is, if you guys ever in Detroit, it's a nice little venue. It's real quaint. I'll use that word.
It's small. You can say straight up. It's not a big place.
But it's nice. It's a nice vibe. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
there's been a lot of cool people that's come through here, through there.
Exclusive.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like you gotta. I won't say you gotta know, but it's kind of a cool place to play.
They
Josh,
won't just let anybody down in the basement.
no,
That's
no,
like
no.
customer wise, even like which I know is common in other places like Berlin and stuff, but around Detroit, it's not. Usually it's like my money's all good. Let me in. Uh,
Right.
anyway,
So he does that, but then this party that I had the privilege to play, called Communion. Uh, I guess it's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's like your return to Detroit party, maybe, I don't know, but it was a nice party, and it was probably the biggest party I think you've done in Detroit, right? Maybe.
well, so I was thinking about all that, and it's so this was not, just to be clear to viewers, listeners. This was not at Speaker Box or the Orange Room. This was at my new residency that we're just calling the church right now, which is where this interview's where I'm at right now, and I'm it's like a real artist residency. I got a room here. I'm living here. It's my residence, and we won't do the whole tour right now, but it's a beautiful space with a cathedral and all that. So I've been moving back to the city, and this is where now this was my first show here. And as I was thinking about it, the first shows I ever threw was a part like under the hood and behind the scenes was with Metroplex here in Detroit for like deaf after parties.
Hmm.
But they weren't, it was my sound, and that's where I learned how to just like promote your ass off at the festival and hand out flyers and do that kind of thing and hype up your brand. But those shows, like they weren't. I was a part of the production, but they weren't my production. They
Right.
weren't my idea. They weren't my show. And I really my show started really happening. I took what I learned there and really applied it in Grand Rapids, and that's where we met, and where I've gotten 20 years experience of really doing that. And now I've helped friends do those kind of shows here. Just called an independent rave or whatever. I've played them and I've been a part of them and I've unplugged toilets at them and that kind of thing. Like I've done everything at them, but this is the first one back here that's totally under my wing, and I didn't realize that until after it was kind of underway. It was like, oh shit, this is kind of like different in a way, and because it became clear as like everything was on me. The promo was on me, and the sound was on me, and the lineup was on me. And once again, I was playing a set. I played two sets Saturday, the festival, and then the after party here. So it was like a lot to take on, but man, it popped off. Everything worked, and we did it for relatively cheap, production wise, and we had some little hiccups and little issues, but
Yeah.
there's always a few fires you got to stop out before they
Right.
become anything bigger. So, it was really kind of a beta test or proof of concept for the next thing I want to do here. So that was like, okay, it works. We can move on. We can level up. We can maybe make the next one not so cheap and you do some other expenses we can hopefully afford to cover. But I mean, I think I really want to talk about that aspect for a second because this show has always been good for getting under the hood of what we do,
Right.
and we don't talk about it enough. The money aspect of promoting, and whether it's a festival, especially a free festival you're trying to put on, or an after hours, a rinky dink after hours, or the talk of the town after hours, like being a promoter, a lot of people just see it as you're kind of this snaky, cheesy guy who gets rich off other people's talents and stuff. But and there are good promoters and bad promoters. I think that's an important distinction. That being said, as a promoter, you're taking a lot of risk and financially, and this stuff. These after hours and things, the numbers on these things, especially to make it affordable. Ours was $10. There's just a great chance you're not going to make any money, or
Right.
you're going to make very little money, or you're going to lose money. That's all more likely than you making a lot of money. That's like you making a lot of money is like up here. Everything else is here, and we didn't make a lot of money at this one, but we made a little bit of money, and frankly, that's so freaking rare in what we do at the I don't want to say at the level that we do it, but at the quality and the expense, the way that at least you and I and the people like our immediate peers that we tend to work with in these areas of the world, it's so common to just like breaking even on these underground shows is considered success by so many people I know.
True.
Um,
Very true.
right, and so I just want to put that out there. I'm not out here to like try and give promoters a better name because by a lot of stretches promoters are in their bad name. But before you ask for guest list for free guest list, or before you ask for a discount for your buddies, before you say that thing costs 10, 20, $50, I don't want to pay that. Just consider maybe the expenses I went into it for a second. But
It's
yeah, that all being said, everything worked out fine. We're actually good.
yeah.
So,
Tell us about the party, the lineup. I mean, et cetera. Like,
oh well, man, it's the homies. And it was you and me and Mike Nuncius Noctis, who's usually beside me in these interviews, and we did the Berlin bit together. So familiar face there, and so it was like almost a majority Grand Rapids people. If you take me as a Grand Rapids person, and you and Mike as Grand Rapids people, now we all live in different cities, but at one time we all lived over there. That was, three-fifths of the lineup. And then Doonesy is my buddy from. I know him from the Capsule crew via that and those parties, and he's the younger cat in town, techno DJ. who opened things up, and Augustus Williams Gusto was sort of the local headliner or co-headliner, however you want to cut that up. But he is a strong force right now. We're talking about being in Berlin about the same time in November. He's I think doing his second tour there about the same time I was looking at going back. Also, Metroplex and Techno Snob um, label rep in the city here. So Gusto rolls deep, and his talent is deep. You know, his production. I know he's like an electron kind of guy. He likes those electron synths, which is not something I can relate with. It's not that I don't like them. I just don't know how to freaking use them. So anyway, that was the lineup, and everybody just kind of agreed to come on and be a part of the mission. Some people said outright they would play for free. Other people just agreed to work with me on what I could do, and through that, I think I was able to in promo, we were all able to just kind of like leave happy with it and not feel like I didn't want anybody to feel like they did. Oh, and then my roommates put together. We were talking about a chill room for a future show,
Hmm.
and anyway, they decided to do it on Saturday, which wasn't really the plan. So we had a chill room downstairs with Mark, who plays his dark mode, and Josh Weary, who like brought the sound, and they had like a little modular rig down there, and that was cool as hell. We had a whole other room, and yeah, most people didn't even. Nobody was expecting that.
I didn't
So,
I didn't know at all, but yeah.
yeah,
Eh,
some people didn't know at all it was there because it was not promoted because we were not planning on it.
yeah.
So,
But that's
but
good, a
yeah,
little extra for what it was. But it was a cool
yeah,
party for me. I had a good time. My only concern, which I think it was like a few people, like I said, Michigan's been crazy this year, and it's hella hot. So it was hot
oh, yeah,
doing a festival,
it was
and
hot.
it's a little hot in the church, but it is a church. It's huge, but it's a beautiful church. It's nice. Um, the coolest thing I've probably seen in your setup, they were actually playing like movies. They kind of went above you, but it hit the dome of the cathedral thing, and it was pretty dope. So it was a good venue. It's a good place, and if you guys are in Detroit, I don't know how they're gonna do this. If it's gonna be like called the church or whatever it is, but look out for anything that's there that Josh is putting on, and whoever else is putting things on there because it's a great venue. The sound was nice. Just the vibe was nice. You know what I mean? And just the fact that um, the venue just made it extra special. So, but yeah, it was cool. It was a really good time. So you guys make sure you check that out. Uh, the church.
Yeah, yeah. So what I can say right now is, we basically everyone in the house agrees we need to have a little better social media presence and give a spot for people to latch onto. We have not got that yet though, and it's just been a purely underground thing. For
Hmm.
now, we weren't even really allowed to share the address until recently, and we're still kind of tiptoeing a little bit there. So that being said, um, oh, I'm doing this on my phone right now. I believe it's August 29th. It's the Friday that weekend. Sleep Olympics is a local promotional company. They'll be bringing DJ Pierre, Billy Bob, and some other local cats. Rafi is one of their guys from their crew and Bleacher Brigade, and I think there's someone else who's playing that show too locally. I can't remember. But so that'll be the next thing here, and that's pre-sale are right now I think $22, and
Hmm.
they're already on the second wave. Those are gonna go, and it's gonna be like $40 the night of, if not more. So get your pre-sales for that. My next event here I'll be promoting is November 1st. I'm doing a masquerade here at the
Oh,
church with
okay.
with uh, a secret Berlin DJ I'll be bringing in and some local DJs as well. So, while that might appear to be a techno lineup like this one was, I think I'm going to actually try to influence my DJs to play a little houseier that evening,
Mhm.
or at least go outside of the straight techno whatever box, because we are competing with one of the most infamous techno parties in the city, which is the IT Crew. They do their Sam Hain party around Halloween every year, and it goes all night. And so, but we both have re-entry, and we can still keep things pretty affordable. So there's really not. We've already talked to people who've like essentially committed to doing both. So um, yeah, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited. It's gonna
Yeah,
be good. Yep.
that's cool. As long as
Yep.
cool events coming up, not just you, but just the church in general. That DJ Pierre thing is gonna be like monumental.
Yeah, that's gonna pop off. I saw him play Movement Underground um years ago. It was when the underground was still in the old smaller space. So it was probably 5, 7 years ago, maybe. I don't think it was more than that. Who knows? But man, he played a lot harder than I was
Yeah,
expecting. It was not the old school, it was not like acid tracks like that, Mike Dunn style, Frankie Knuckles, like kind of fucking Chicago house. It was not that stuff at all. It was vicious. And yeah, so we'll see what he does at they call that series Acid Church.
okay,
So
okay.
yeah, yeah, and the last one really popped off here. And to answer your critique of the space has been the number one piece of feedback I've heard, other than great party or whatever, was it was hot. It was too hot, very hot, very 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 hot. And just I mean I don't know how hot it was, but I think it's fair to say it was 100 degrees in here,
Yeah,
if not
yeah,
more.
yeah.
And it was I was having like sweat lodge moments in there, and I wasn't even dancing. I mean, I was working, but I wasn't like, and I think what it did is with our, I think we had about 250 people through the door,
Hmm.
but there was never 200 people in the cathedral. There was at the Sleep Olympics show, but there was not. There was. I don't think there was ever 200 people in the cathedral, and it's because people just didn't stay, or they went downstairs,
Right.
or you know what I mean. You weren't just staying in that room dancing because it was too hot for that. So um not that people didn't stay at the party for a while. I mean, people were still showing up at 7 o'clock,
Yeah, that's what Mike
but
did. Mike said he got done. I think you guys did a back to back thing for a while, and then he said he left around 7, and people were still coming in.
yeah,
So
yeah, people were coming in all night.
that's good.
And
People good, but
the
yeah,
it was cooler downstairs in the chill room and other bar, and there were more people kind of hanging out down there as the cathedral cleared out at the very very end. Like, Junesy came back on and played like a sunrise set
mm,
essentially, um, and that was really good actually. I enjoyed it, but so sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. So anyway, we all know we need more fans, and we're doing that. We're working on that, and there's even, I guess, a potential for a portable air conditioner getting there. I should have said that out loud. People, we'll see, but yeah, just we're definitely gonna get more fans.
yeah,
Hopefully, that was really like the hottest day that we ever throw a party there, though. Honestly, hopefully it just gets cooler. You
yeah.
know.
Like 90 degrees, I think, roughly that day. So it was just
Yeah,
you know,
it was
hot.
definitely hot outside. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was crazy because when we left, it was like um, I walked out. Watkins, I believe. I'm just talking.
Yeah.
Marcus Watkins came out. I did a remix for him recently on Jay Hill's imprint. Um, was it People of the Light? So we met. He's actually from Chicago, but he was moved to Detroit years ago. So we actually met that night. He came. So right when I got done playing, some guy just walked up to me on the stage and was like, "You know who I am?" And I'm like, "No." It was cool to meet, man. We've been talking for a while, but it was cool to meet him. So we actually went outside And like I said, that day it was at least 90 degrees that whole day, and at night it's probably dropped to like 80 something. But we walked outside and we hit the as soon as I hit the air outside felt like air conditioning. So it was crazy.
Well, after the sun went down, it cooled off,
Yeah,
and there's like a little room next to the stage in the church. And what I did is I set up some fans to blow like some outdoor air.
right.
And by the end of the night, that corner of the venue was a lot cooler. And so I've already figured out for the next thing how I'm gonna pipe that air in. And there's a couple windows in the cathedral, and I think we put some box fans on those. And it's underground, man. You just need to when everyone who throws a party here, like your party's totally under your wing, and if you want something like that done, there's no crew to do it for you. You know what I mean? And so we're learning, we're adapting, and we're overcoming. But yeah,
Yeah.
that party was fun stuff.
It was really dope. It was really dope, and I was actually proud to be a part of it, and just to see like, wow, there's actually people
Thanks,
coming
man.
out, and it was a good time.
People
Even
actually did come out. We were the unofficial after party.
right,
Or
it was cool,
I
man.
mean, I talked to people who went to the Charbari was going on at the same time.
And see,
So
I didn't know that until I was with Mo, and Mo was like, "Yeah, Shitty Rise happened at the same time." I'm like, "I've never been to that festival either," but then I always thought that it was on Belle Isle, and she was like, "It used to be, but now they did this thing, kind of like in Grand Rapids when they did Art Prize. It was like at different venues, the Shitty
so
Rise thing."
yeah,
So yeah, so that was different, but I didn't know that.
so there hasn't been an actual festival for 2 years now,
Mm,
and this year there wasn't anything last year. This year it was kind of a late announcement or whatever that it would be Charbari everywhere at venues around the city. Um, so that did create something with Tec-Troit and Charbari going on at the same time, but externally there were official Tec-Troit after parties, and there was just these like Charbari workshops and things going on, mostly centered around TV Lounge, but then other places as well. So I was worried for our event because it was like Jesus. There was new competition and new thing coming out. UFO had their 1 year reopen anniversary on Saturday. Juan Atkins played at Northern Lights. Mike Banks played at Marble Bar for the official tech joint after with Wave Jumpers. Um, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then yeah, I talked to a few people who went to I think it was Northern Lights to see Juan Atkins. Then they went to Marble Bar to see Mike Banks, and then they came to the church and saw, Miles or me or whoever was on at that time. And it was like, man, Detroit is awesome. These people are awesome. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
a lot of those people were out of town people. Um, Roach came from Marble Bar after the official Tec-Troit afters got done and brought people and showed up during my set. Um, So it wasn't that everyone was there, but there was just a lot of people I didn't know, and we got the nod from the Detroit Illuminati after I was Illuminati approval. We were the place to be.
that's
So,
yeah,
and honestly, the visual component, you know, not to toot my own horn too much, but the heat and a few other things could have killed that party, but the projector and the way that visual thing came together so, like really brought it to another level
yeah. It
and
did.
made it so
You
it was
know,
the spot. Yeah.
not that I frequent Detroit that much, but it was actually good to see, in my opinion, a really quality party. Um,
Thank you.
that really did its thing, especially with all the competition and all the other things going on in that city at that time. So it was really
Thank
good.
you.
So again, people, if you ever get to Detroit, and there's a party at the church, go check it out. Regardless who's throwing it on, because it's pretty, for one, a very unique place, and two, um, it's quality, and that's what we support here on MS Live with
Hey.
this quality. And yeah, I'll be.
So I need to give one last shout out and uh not to cut you off, but part of that quality production. A big part of it was Robbie Weeks, and he goes by the DJ name Bad Ninja. I'm not sure if he has like a production company name, but he's acquiring more and more sound and production equipment every day. It seems he really wanted me to put lasers and stuff in there, and I was like, no, just fog and projector. That's all I want. I want to keep it
Hmm.
really minimal, and that's all we did. But the vaulted ceilings, like we tried to take pictures and videos. Y'all just got to come out and see it. It's its own thing, and it doesn't necessarily photograph well, but um, the way one my new friend said the place had her in a trance and it had her just dancing like this all night looking up and it would kind of do I set it up the day before and it wasn't expensive equipment or nothing with the visuals. It was just done right and with the fog and everything, and I was just looking at it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna work. But Robbie came in tough with the sound, and I thought they were just going to be kind of those other events that they had going on. I thought they were just going to be dropping this sound off and kind of like, okay, kid, good luck. But no, I had two sound guys, not one, but two there all night. And when there was a little issue, they were right on top of it. And where I had been the point person for, sound issues and all types of issues all day between the festival and the party, that they totally took it off my shoulders to handle that, and the stress just was, and that was huge for me that I could just, I don't want to say just enjoy my party because I was still working, but I could focus on other things, and be able to enjoy it. Whereas if the sound was shorting out at my after hours, and I would have been panicking.
Yeah. Well, you did a good
So
job, my friend. You did a very good job. It was nice.
everyone did a great job.
Yeah, it was great for sure. So, other than the next couple of events, what else you got going on musically, in life?
Musically in life,
Yeah,
well, thanks for asking, Miles.
that's what I do.
So I
But
gotta, that is what you
so, where were you at last night at 2 o'clock?
do. Man, I was here in bed. Uh,
Yeah,
uh, I put on something to fall asleep to. Yeah, no, we were gonna do this last night. I was literally nodding out,
yeah,
trying to figure. It's like your microphone isn't working. We are
yeah,
making a joke.
yeah.
Robot needs oil. Like it's just like. So, musically, what I got coming up is the remix for Oof Recordings, which is Adam Ortiz and company. Adam Ortiz and Anthony Lombardo made a really cool minimal track called Rosalita. That there's already this has been their biggest release so far. They're doing more remixes of it, including myself, Drew Ruiz, Adam Ortiz, and I can't remember who else is remixing, but at least them. There's at least one other guy. I'm sorry, other guy. Um, and those are my remix is done. I did a regular and instrumental. Um, and so but I don't have a release date on that. I think we're just waiting on everybody to get finished with their stuff. I told you the dates of those parties. I'm not doing Crush this month. Take that off for Tec-Troit, but I'm gonna push everybody. If you're looking, I had a date, but I handed it off so there's the official Tec-Troit after August 22nd at Speaker Box, and it's upstairs and downstairs. They have the whole venue, and that's a pretty rare thing. And it's Roach and Moses are going to be playing along with, it's like their friends and the Tec-Troit family. I'm going to be out of town, unfortunately. I get real busy going forward in life. I got a lot of travel and kind of busy coming up between here and out west, and I'm still moving back and forth, so I'm going to be kind of all over the place. My calendar gets kind of funky in the fall, but people will still be able to find me, of course. I'm never that hard to find.
Yeah, that's true. Once you
Really, I'm not.
when
I'm
you
not.
found, he's not hard to find.
I'm really not. Like I've been talking with friends, and occasionally an enemy online who wants to talk some stuff, talk some trash. And it's like, look, man. I'm not hard to find. My name and address are posted on shit regularly.
Right,
Come find me. Come
right.
find me. I'm out here. Come. I mean, and it's not supposed to be provocative. It's supposed to be come dance and come hang out. But
Yeah.
if you need to talk to me, you want to say something face to face, we out here, bro. We out here.
Josh is taking all the smoke.
Bro, the boomers they got their smoke guns,
Yeah,
they're like trying to blow some smoke. And as you saw, anyway, I'm gonna quit talking shit. I'm gonna
that's
quit talking
all good. That's what we're here for. We
shit.
entertain the people. Shouts out to
No,
everybody
no, it's
checking us
it's
out
it's
right
been
now.
really good here.
I'll say that. That's good to check us out. You know, you guys can also comment. We can see your comments and stuff like that. So, um, yeah. But yeah, it's cool. So I think that was it. That was cool. We got Josh's review on Tec-Troit and Communion. Which, I wanted to do this just to do it. I tend to do this. This is our second review with Josh. So from now on, that's our little segment. We're gonna do a show. Anything happens that he's there or is involved with, we're gonna do reviews. So
I'm the senior white correspondent.
the senior white correspondent. Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. What do you guys think? Should we keep Josh as the senior white correspondent or no? I'll take a poll later, so make sure you let us know. That's cool.
I mean, there's not a more senior white correspondent on your
Oh,
program. I think it's just by definition.
in this organization, you're the only one.
That's what I'm saying.
But see, that's what it is. So that being said, so if you like what you've seen today, you like what you heard today, you just like us in general, please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's right there, and hit that notification bell if you could. Again, like, share, subscribe when you like it, and it sends us into the algorithms that helps people find us, and people are more apt to come back and check us out. And when you subscribe to the channel, that helps us out even better. I think we have like 504 subscribers, which
Hey,
we're on the way to get I'm trying to
we're
get
going up.
for the show, so that does not to make income. I think we're all going like that, but it helps the channel take care of itself. So again, subscribe to the channel if you could. Like I said, we're halfway there. We just need watch hours, and I have a long way to go to get watch hours. So hit that button. We'll appreciate it. We'll like it. Donnell would appreciate it, and we won't be getting hassled by the management. I know guys see the ads, the little promotional pieces that happen with the show on social medias with the management. The management is real. That's all I can say right now, but help us. We are also, I'm getting pushed by them to make sure I say this right now. So, MS Live with D-KNOX is also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, which some reason I always have problems saying that. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Anyway, some mental or something. iHeartRadio and Amazon Music. When you're there, subscribe there too, so you can also get notifications where there are new episodes. Each show that we actually do actually goes there later in the day, so it's there. All the episodes are there on all these platforms, so go check them out. You can also follow us on Instagram at MS Live with D-KNOX on Instagram, and on X, which I'm trying to get something going with that, so the show has its own X account. But for now, it's with mine, so you can follow me there too. X, formerly known as Twitter, at Myles Sergé. That is at Myles Sergé on X, formerly known as Twitter, and MS Live with D-KNOX on Instagram. Josh hit a point where he has haters. Haters hate him. They hate us. They hate everybody. We will be
All my haters, email Myles.
forwarding our hate emails that Josh receives on our platform to him. But you can write and email us at mslive@dknox@gmail.com. That is mslive with dknox@gmail.com. Not just hate, we love. We take love messages, we take suggestions.
Definitely where you send all my hate mail. I really want to be clear about that.
Yeah. So that's what we do. Send all inquiries to that email. We also DJ and do live performances. Josh's info will be in the comments and in the description of the show on the platforms. But for me and Mr. D-KNOX, you can contact me through Position 2 Bookings. Myles Sergé, find me there at position2bookings@gmail.com. Mr. D-KNOX can also be found at Stellar Bookings. Stellar Bookings or Bookies, I'm not really sure, but it's Stellar Booking. Booking at stellarbooking.com. That is booking at stellarbooking.com. Donnell is in Poland, like Warsaw, Poland. He's in Europe, so hit him there. And I think you can also hit that email there for U.S. based platforms too. So it's just there. So go check them out. Yeah.
What's your next show, Myles?
Oh, my next show, I will be in Los Angeles, California on October 11th. The Destroy Planet Earth crew has brought me out. They were on the show a few episodes ago, so go back and check that out. It was them and 612 Underground, the crew based out of Minneapolis. We did a show for promoters, so we'll check the show out. Good info there. Go check that out. But they have brung me out, so the lineup off the top of my dome, it's me and Santiago Salazar.
Yes.
So, which is going to be actually pretty dope.
Yep. He'll be in Detroit soon as well. I do hear.
Exactly. Santiago was actually our first or second interview, actually. So that interview is also online on the YouTube page. So go check that out too. But I am excited. I've never been to LA ever in my life. I've been to California once, and it was on a layover.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, you might like it. I'm not gonna say nothing else. I said you'll probably like it.
Yeah, I hope so. So I'm excited to go check that out. I'm excited to do the party. I'm also excited that hopefully I'll be able to catch up with some friends from Grand Rapids or just throughout my life that actually live in LA. So I'm trying to get them to come out. If they come out, it'd be good. So we'll see what happens. But that is my my only gig that I have coming up. I'm also available for gigs. If you guys hear this, see this, whatever. Just like I said, hit me up directly or just hit the email that was shown previously, like 5 minutes ago by now. And I'm just rambling. But yeah, that's it, man. I want to try to get for next year. I want to do a tour, maybe South America. I would love to go somewhere in Asia. I've never been to Asia before. Never been to Japan, anything like that. I would love to go. So,
me too.
Yeah, so let's get something going, y'all. If you guys are interested, hit us up. Both of us, we can probably work something out.
We're really good.
Yeah, I think we're okay. And that's being, I'm a humble person, so I mean, that's what it is. I think I do good. Yeah, this is me. I don't know.
Not me. I'm not humble. I start fires.
Yeah, he does. You can't put them out. So,
well, that's the thing about fire. Yeah, once it gets big.
Sure. All right, let's give it up for Joshua Tree. And just
thanks so much, Myles. You're the best, man.
Another one. Yeah. So yeah, it was great. Thank you for joining us, man. Or joining me today, but it was a good little thing. I'm glad
you're all the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime.
That's
So shout out to anybody listening, watching around the world. Come visit us in Detroit. Um, and book Myles and book me and book Donnell and come to our shows.
yeah,
Let's
book
do
Mike
this.
too. Mike, I can never, it's kind of weird. I gotta get him on here more often. So but
Yeah,
until
book Mike too. Book
yeah,
yourself.
for sure.
Easy Grand Rapids. We're all over the world. We're
That's true.
stationed.
That is true. All right, everybody, thank you for tuning in. And till then, till the next show, which is this coming Saturday with Ocean Lamb. Information is up, so make sure you guys tune in. Until then, be safe, uh, be happy, and just be yourselves. Peace.